Today, I'm going to show you how to get 27 digital marketing agency clients per week and how to make your lead generation and your client acquisition work together like clockwork. And guys, honestly, I'm going to share some things with you today that I've never shared before on YouTube nor in my paid program. So make sure you stick around with me here to the end of this video. And if you guys smash the like button, stick around, I'm going to actually share with you guys 3 core sales funnels that got me over 15,000 paying clients from my own marketing agency. Now, for those of you guys who are brand new here to the channel, my name is Jason Wardrop. Back in 2015, I started my own real estate SaaS digital marketing agency. Like I said, I was able to get over 15,000 paying clients, and I actually exited that business back in 2021. So I'm here now on YouTube to share with you guys everything that worked so you can cut out a lot of the trial and error, a lot of the guesswork, and just get to what actually works. All right. Now, what I want to do is I want to jump onto my computer. I want to break down these 3 simple sales funnels. And I say simple because overall they're simple, but I'm also going to share with you guys the price points because I've spent millions of dollars on paid advertising, generated hundreds of thousands of leads. Like I said, I've got over 15,000 paying clients. So I've got a lot of data. So I want to share with you guys what price points work best, what upsells work best, what order form bumps work best, all the different things, the follow-up funnels, everything from A to Z. So make sure you guys stick around because I guarantee if you do, you're going to pull away some gold nuggets that honestly no one else is talking about on YouTube because a lot of YouTube is just theory, things that people have not actually done. But I've got a lot of data behind this, and these are things I've actually done for a number of years. And I just want to go through and share these with you guys. So hopefully you can pull away some of these, implement them into your marketing agency, and see some amazing results. So with that said, let me just pull up my computer right here. And I'm going to pull this up and share with you guys. All right, so here, this is the first sales funnel. And like I said, guys, if you smash the like button and stay around with me to the end here, I'm actually going to give you guys, I'm going to show you how you can get all of these 3 sales funnels 100% for free. And just a quick heads up, the second sales funnel, I actually paid over $12,000 to have it built out for me. And on top of that, every single one of these sales funnels made me well over $1 million, all right? So these sales funnels, they work, the price points, everything, conversion rates, I'm going to share with you guys. And this first sales funnel actually made me over $6 million, okay? So this is a classic webinar funnel. And the thing is, this is my favorite sales funnel right here. We're going to start out, the first sales funnel and the third one are my favorites by far. And that is because I was the whole marketing team, the whole sales team. I didn't need to hire sales guys. I didn't need to do any of that for the first and the third sales funnel. So this one right here, basically what I was doing, I was running Facebook or Instagram ads, YouTube organic traffic. I was sending traffic to this webinar registration page. So you guys have seen these. This is nothing new, nothing crazy. Basically, you got a headline, subheadline, call to action. And I actually was doing these webinars live every single week for 3 straight years. Now, you probably have seen a lot of the automated webinars, and I even have automated webinars now, but I wanted to do these live, 1, because I wasn't really good at doing webinars when I first started, and then 2, the great thing is when you're doing them live, you're able to see the questions and the feedback come in right there. And so you're able to answer the questions, and then after the webinar, you're able to go through and make tweaks to the webinar slides and different things that you're pitching, promoting. And so that's why I did them live every single week for 3 straight years. Yes, I maybe missed a handful, maybe 1 or 2 per year. And that was usually like Christmas and some of the holidays. But other than that, I did it every single week, even if I was on vacation. So what we'd do, we'd run ads and we'd send them to this simple page right here. And then after it, we would go through and have them go and hit this thank you page, all right? So basically the thank you page is confirming the date and time. I was doing them on Thursdays, 12 p.m. Eastern time, 9 a.m. Pacific time. I'd say, okay, here's some details, right? And then I had the follow-up emails going, all that good stuff. I do the webinar, which I'll have to do another video on the webinar itself if you guys are interested in that, because the whole webinar structure, what you say, what's said on each slide, the whole format is like, it's a whole art form in and of itself, right? So if you guys want to see a breakdown of that whole entire webinar, just drop a comment down below and let me know, and I can break down the entire webinar, show you guys why it worked, what worked. So if you're thinking about doing webinars, you can actually just kind of cut through a lot of like the trial and error, right? And so anyway, at the end of the webinar, the cool thing about these webinars, we're not having them go through and book an appointment with our sales team. We're actually having to go to a specific sales page and buy right then and there And so you think about the scale and the leverage, it's really nice because I remember one day I actually had 53 sales was my high in an hour and a half, right? So 53 sales, the price point was $997, so $1,000. So bringing in $53,000 in an hour and a half, and that's not including the follow-up and the replay, was pretty awesome, right? And I'm not saying that happened every single week, but that's what we would do. So we'd go through, have the whole webinar slide deck pitch. I'd send them to this page. Then you can see right here, and this is Agent Lead Pro. This is just kind of like a different brand. My actual company was called Arsenal MKG, Arsenal Marketing. And so basically what I was doing, I was giving them a training. I was giving them templates, ad templates, email scripts. I was giving them 3 months access to our software. So we actually had our own proprietary software. This is way before GoHighLevel had their whole SaaS mode and all that stuff. Like I said, we started building this back in actually 2014, went full-time and actually formed the company in 2015, but we'd been building it for a while. And then what we did as a special bonus is we said, hey, anyone that gets signed up right now, a member of our team is actually going to jump on, set up your whole account, and make sure you get to 20 leads per month. The reason why we did that was a couple things. One, we knew if people were buying a self-serve program, a lot of times they're not going to implement it. And number two, we want to make sure that they saw results so that they were satisfied with their purchase. And so one, we knew like, okay, we're going to ensure they're going to get results. And two, we're going to make sure they're satisfied with their purchase. So as far as the price points here though, I tried $14.97, $19.97, a lot of different price points and even like different payment plan structures. The bread and butter that I found that works is $9.97 or 3 payments of $367. Right? I also tried 2 payments of $597, a lot of different variations of the payment structure. The 3 payments of $367 on average would get us a cost per sale of $200 less than the 2 payments of $597. Now, obviously, not everyone is going to complete their payments. I know that's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's happened. It's life, right? And the cool thing is the numbers, as you work back with your ad costs and everything, sending people through these sales funnels, it still makes a lot of sense because if you look at it, just like if you're running a GoHighLevel SaaS business, we're getting these people on a monthly recurring software. So what I did was $997 or 3 payments of $367. Then I gave them 3 months of free access to the software. And so if they were on the payment plan, I'd have $367, $367, $367. And then after those 3 payments are completed, now they're on the monthly subscription of the software, right? So I never go a month without having a monthly software payment. Now, some things to keep in mind is about 65% of people will actually take the payment plan versus the full pay, right? Now, if you're trying to get that cash up front, obviously you want to probably structure the payment plan so that it's like leans more heavy to actually going and taking the full pay. So you might want to do something like 3 payments of $497 instead of 3 payments of $367. Because that'd be 50% more expensive of the 3 payments of $497. However, I just saw overall, we just saw better cost per sale, better profit margins with the 3 payments of $367. Now, after some time of just going through and having the $997 or the 3 payments of $367, I saw a lot of people, this was years ago, but I saw a lot of people having what is called an order form bump. So you've seen it as they go through and fill out this information. On the second page, they select whether they want the full payment option or the payment plan. And then you could basically say 1 check and you can add something to your order. And what we saw is actually 36%, just over 36%, it was like 36.3% of people would take the order form bump. And so what we would do is we have a $297 messenger templates add-on. And so it'd be the $997 plus the $297 or the $367 plus the $297. So basically, you're able to quickly bump the revenue that you're bringing in on that first payment by $300, which is pretty amazing, right? And so now you're able to go through and make sense of going and spending more on advertising and bringing in more leads. And then for the longest time, I didn't have any upsells. This was it. I was like, I don't want to annoy people with upsells because, people just don't love upsells and all that stuff. But then I had a buddy of mine convince me to just try an upsell. And I was like, you know what? I'll throw something in. I doubt it's going to work because, people just don't like upsells, but we'll just see it. I was like, I'm going to make this such a high price point that it only is going to really make sense if somebody takes it. It's only going to be worth it for us to go through and fulfill. So what we did was we added a done-for-you setup. Okay, so basically we went through and on the webinar, we were selling 3 months access to the software. It was basically a self-serve course, templates, training, all that stuff. We'd help them get their first lead campaign set up, but other than that, they're basically on their own. And so then after that, I was like, you know what? What if they want, a lot of these people are actually wanting us to do everything for them. And so what we did was say, hey, you want us to set up this entire system, everything we just talked about on the webinar for you? And we said, look, this is actually one of our premium services. It's not for everyone, but it is $24.97, so $2,497. And we basically marked it down from like a $5,000 price point. And the craziest thing, we saw 8% of people take this $24.97 upsell without ever talking to anybody on the phone. So if you look at these, we've got the $997 or 3 payments of $367 plus the $297 order form bump plus the $24.97 done for you. That is, if they bought the $997 plus the $297 plus the $24.97, which people that buy the $24.97, usually money's not an issue. And so usually they just do the full pay. Usually they do all the order form bump, like they do everything. That's almost $4,000 that you're able to bring in without ever talking to anybody on the phone, right? Now, obviously, the onboarding process has to be like super dialed in, the fulfillment, delivery, all that stuff. But to bring in $4,000 without ever talking to anybody, without having to pay a sales rep or manage a sales team, to me, I don't know, that's pretty unbelievable, right? So then from here, what we would do is we'd always have them go in and sign an agreement just to make sure that like everything that we spelled on the webinar, that they're like understanding it, because we always like to make sure that they understand it, we understand it, so there's like this mutual agreement on things. And then on the confirmation page, like, okay, step 1, access training here. Step 2, access the tools, aka the software, right? So anyway, guys, that is the first funnel. And this is primarily where we sent all of our traffic to. All of our front-end traffic, we just go through to this webinar because, it's just super scalable, super leveraged, and this is by far my favorite sales funnel that I've ever gone through and put together. So if you guys have any other specific questions on this one specifically, just drop them down in the comments below, and I'm more than happy to go through and explain whatever I maybe have missed down in the comments section. Now, once again, if you guys stick around with me here to the end, I'm going to show with you guys how you guys can get this one plus the other ones 100% for free, but I want to make sure that I break down all these sales funnels for you. Now, the second one, this is the one I actually paid $12,000 for. This is kind of your typical VSL or video sales letter sales funnel. Okay, so very similar concept to like you've got your add to your webinar registration page, or this is like a VSL, video sales letter page. So you go through, they click get free leads training, they opt in. And then on this next page, what they're doing is this is a VSL. I think I'd have to refresh the page to have it go. But basically, it's like a 10 to 15 minute, maybe 15 to 20 minute long video. It's like a sales video. And we're not selling them on going through and buying anything like we were on the webinar, but we're selling them on the idea of they need to book a call or a strategy session or whatever you want to call it with a member of our team. Right? And so that's why it's only 15 to 20 minutes, because it's basically you're addressing the pain, you're basically twisting the pain, like twisting the knife in their side, like, yeah, man, the only way to really solve this problem is by jumping on a phone call with a member of our team, because we have a full blueprint, we have the roadmap, we can help you go through and do this because we've done it with so many other people. Then you can see we've got all the case studies down here of like, here's all the different people that we've gone through and helped. And so then, like I said, the call to action is go through, let us do this for your business. So they click on that and they would go to an appointment booking page. And basically what this page right here, it says, look, this is only for serious people. Don't book if you're not going to actually show up, because the worst thing ever is going through and having people book a call. They don't show up. Then you've got white space in your calendar and it's like the worst thing ever, right? And so they go through here, they book a day and a time. And what we did is we hired out a couple sales guys that would actually go through and take these calls so I could actually work on my business and growing and all that stuff. And so they go through, book a call, book a time. And then we had more of like a done for you, like higher ticket programs that we would sell. These were anywhere between $3,000 to $5,000 for our team to go through and like actually run ads and do things for them that was like more advanced than just like the typical self-serve software. Right? So I'm not going to go too much in depth in this sales funnel right here, because this is kind of your standard sales funnel. But then after they go through and book a call, I basically got a short little video right here, which is basically like, look, if you don't show up, like there's no chances of booking another call. And you can do this when you have like a high volume of lead generation. If like you're like desperate for your next call, you might not want to be so like harsh on the upfront, like right here, because then people are gonna be like, man, this person's like a jerk, and like I don't know if I really want to jump on. But we would do it because we had such high volume of leads. Like I said, we generate hundreds of thousands of leads, and so we wanted to make sure if you were booking a call, don't be taking a time slot on our sales guy's calendar if you're not actually going to show up, because we have other people that would actually want to show up. And so that's why I wanted to go through and have this video. It's like how this call will work. We're going to text you, send you emails, all that stuff. Make sure you remember the appointment, all that stuff, A to Z. So that is the second sales funnel. Like I said, paid over $12,000 to have this all built out for me. Mainly it was the VSL script sales funnel right here. If we refresh this page right here, you'll be able to see that. This whole like script right there. But this third and final sales funnel, this is one of my favorites, and this is what I call a follow-up funnel. So these first two sales funnels, and I'm just going to exit out of this just in case the audio is playing in the back. These first two sales funnels, these are what I call front-end sales funnels. So this is where I'm sending any leads or any people from paid ads, right? Generate a lead and then send them through these higher ticket funnels, even though like $1,000 is not that high ticket, it's kind of more of a mid-ticket. But I want to be able to go through and back out on my ad spend first. So if I'm spending, let's say 10 grand on ads, I want to make at least 10 grand or more back in the first 30 days so I can go through and reinvest it back in advertising and scaling my business. Now, here's the deal. Typical numbers on these sales funnels is if you generate 100 leads, especially on a webinar funnel, if you have a super dialed in webinar, then you're only going to see 2 to 3% of the leads generated actually convert into a paid user, right? So basically of that 997, you're only going to see 2 to 3 of those for every 100 leads generated. So if you're paying $10 per lead, you generate 100 leads, that's $1,000. So if you're making, 2 to 3 sales at the $1,000 price point, it's pretty nice. You're like 2 to 3x your advertising spend, right? Now, here's the deal. If you're only doing 2 to 3% that are actually buying, but 97 to 98% or the other people raise their hand, they opted in for the webinar, they watched it and they were interested, but for one reason or another, they didn't go through and buy. It could have been the price point was a little bit too high. Maybe it was a trust or credibility issue because they're like, I just found out about this person. I don't really know. Just found out about this company. I just got to do some more research. So what we did is we had what was called a follow-up funnel. And we had let's see if this is the right page. Nope, right here. We had a 30-day lead challenge. Now, let me break this down and talk about why the 30 days, because you've probably seen a lot of other challenges. They really started out in the fitness industry of like a 7-day get fit challenge or 14-day get fit challenge. We decided to go with 30 days because what we wanted to do is we wanted to get more people on our software, because monthly recurring revenue is the holy grail to any business, especially software companies. And so yes, these sales funnels were cool for getting the people in and making some money on the front end, be able to like pay off all of our advertising costs. But the real money was in the number of people that were sticking around and paying us every single month on a monthly recurring basis. And so what we tried initially was like send them to a 7-day free trial, a 14-day free trial. We'll even try a 30-day free trial. We tried all these different things and none of it really worked, because honestly, a 14-day free trial, it's just not sexy. Nobody cares about it because every software company has a free trial. So it's nothing different. It's nothing unique. And so what we thought was like, you know what? We need to spice this up a little bit. We make this sexier offer. And so what we did is we were like, okay, we know that real estate agents, our ideal client, they want leads, right? And most of them are not getting any leads right now. So we said, okay, if they're going through and running our campaigns, typically somebody's going to be getting like 40 to 50 leads in a month if they just are on the minimum budget. But we're like, you know what? Someone going from 0 to 40 to 50 leads per month, it's not really believable. They're going to look at that and be like, no, it's too good to be true. I'm not going to go through and buy that, right? And so what we did is we under-promised and we over-delivered. So we're like, look, we're going to get you 15 leads in the next 30 days with this lead challenge. We're going to give you the templates. We're going to give you the training. We're going to give you 30 days free access to the software. Plus, we're going to actually have a member of our team set this all up for you so you don't even have to think about it. And once again, just like on the webinar, we had a member of our team set everything up for them, because then we know they were satisfied with the results. And then 2, we knew they were going to actually get results, because if it was left up to them, they probably wouldn't go through the training. They probably wouldn't set it up, and then they'd be all upset. They'd be mad. They want a refund. They dispute the charge, or all those crazy things that happen, right? And so what we did with this 30-day lead challenge is we charged $199 up front. So we get paid $199 per month. And then guess what? Our software was $199 per month. And so basically we removed the trial completely, and we had them pay $199 up front for this 30-day lead challenge. They get 30 days free access to the software, and then after the 30 days, they just roll into our monthly recurring revenue program, right? Into our monthly software. And so basically it was a way to get paid up front and increase our monthly recurring revenue. And we saw an additional 7% of people that initially opted in that, and then we're talking that first week. We're not talking after 30 days, but of the first week, let's say we generate 100 leads, we saw 2 to 3 people that would buy the $997 program, and then we saw an additional 7 people that would actually go through and buy this 30-day lead challenge. Okay, so we'd have the $199 right here, and then what we did is we just do another done-for-you upsell right here, and then we come over here and just have the confirmation page. And so by doing that, we were able to boost the number of, able to boost the amount of money that we're coming in, because the cool thing is this 30-day lead challenge, we weren't running any ads to it, right? We were only running ads to those first 2 sales funnels. And then after we went through the whole promo, trying to push people to go buy the closing sequences, all that stuff, they didn't buy. Then that next week, we would follow up via email with this 30-day lead challenge. And we'd go through and throw case study after case study of all these people that had gone through the 30-day lead challenge. And we were able to show like, okay, all these people are having amazing results with it. It's only $199, right? In comparison to the $997 or the 3 to 5K offers with the higher ticket sales funnel. This was kind of like a no-brainer, plus somebody's setting everything up. And actually what we saw on an ongoing basis of lifetime value and stick rate was people were actually stickier coming in through the 30-day lead challenge than they even were through the webinar funnel, where they paid a lot more to have like not the same exact thing, but they were paying a lot more. So you would think that someone paying more is going to be a better customer, whereas people coming in through this sales funnel right here actually ended up being better customers and staying around a lot longer. All right. Now, guys, I hope this was helpful. I literally showed you guys everything from A to Z. I shared with you guys conversion rates, price points, number, like everything that I possibly could to hopefully help you guys with growing your own digital marketing agency, getting your first clients, getting a steady pace of clients coming in. And you can see how this all is a snowball, right? You start just promoting one of these front-end sales funnels, either the webinar funnel or the VSL funnel, right? You just have ads going towards that every single day. So you're generating new leads, and you get to a point where like you're starting to get a certain amount of sales for how many leads you generate. You know your numbers. So it's like if you want more sales, you want more leads, just scale your advertising budget, right? And then you have the email follow-up on the back end promoting to this 30-day lead challenge. And then as time goes on, you start seeing your monthly recurring revenue go up, up, and up, and up, because you're getting all of these new leads coming in, all these more sales, and it just starts to compound, right? Now, if you guys want all of these sales funnels 100% for free, I'm going to be doing this for a limited time to the end of March 2023. Okay, so what you're going to have to do, just drop a comment down below, smash the like button, just say, hey, Jason, I want the private link, and I'm going to hook you guys up with the private link to go through and get the Go High Level software with a free extended 30-day trial, plus get the free course and all of these sales funnels, right? So I'm going to give you guys a free course. Normally I pay, I charge $1,000 for this course, but it's going to have everything step-by-step of how to set these up, the sales funnel templates, how to go through and implement these into your business. And these are going to be yours when you go through and sign up for Go High Level with my 30-day trial affiliate link, all right? So anyway, I hope this was helpful, guys, as far as going through and thinking about some different sales funnels. And honestly, these are the only ones you really need. And honestly, at the end of the day, you only really need 2 of them. You either pick the webinar sales funnel, where like you're doing live webinars, or you get to a point where you're good enough to automate those, or you're doing the VSL high ticket sales funnel with a sales team. You're going through and having them jump on phone calls, and then having this back end like 30-day challenge or some type of challenge funnel on the back end to get more people into your monthly recurring software. And this is the best way to go through and scale your business and get more clients. So anyway, I hope that was helpful. Thanks so much for watching. Stick around here to the end of this video. And with that said, I will see you in the next video.